G'day scrappers. Oh, what a cold and miserable day. And we're out here street scrapping, but I don't think we're going to have much luck. So I'm going to pick up the first microwave I see and see what happens. But it wasn't meant to rain. And boy, I've just been driving around for 10 minutes and there's really not much out here. I think everyone is not prepared to put their stuff out because because it's so cold and wet. So I'm not really sure how we're going to go today. It doesn't look promising, so I'm just going to scoot around a bit and hopefully people start putting out more piles, because this all looks like yesterday's stuff and people have already gone through it, so we'll see how we go. Yeah, there's bugger all out here so far. Oh, what's that? Hey, we've got a PC. I can't believe it. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a vintage PC. Wow. Don't know where the CPU is. That's really strange. But I'll take it. Hey. Okay. Awesome. It's yeah, I can't see the CPU in it, but it's really strange, this one. Put it out there, we'll check it out. See, there's a popped microwave, standard fare. Oh well, we're not going to get much, so yeah, as I was saying, people are just oh, there's the other part. Oh yeah, okay, it's a Macintosh. Closed. I'll take the case too, because sometimes these are good to repair. Oh, what a shame it's all wet and soggy, but I haven't picked up an old school Macintosh in the hard rubbish for years. But as I was saying, yeah, because it's cold and wet, I don't think people are, they don't want to get out of their nice warm homes and put out their rubbish yet. So what I'll probably end up doing is eventually I'll go out, I'll go and get some lunch later in about half an hour, and give people the time to put stuff out. Because yeah, this is all stuff put out yesterday and people have already got to it, and I'll just have a look. But yeah, nothing fresh for us today, I don't think. Yeah. Oh. Rusty old gas burner. Oh well. We'll get a cord. And I'm not the only scrapper out here. There are quite a few. But yeah, I think I should have came out yesterday instead of today. We'll see how we go. I see another PC. Geez, that's pretty... Oh, yes. There you go. Yeah, a bit of an old school. It's probably got a fiber CPU in it. That would have been a nice tower. My camera's probably going to... the lens is probably going to get wet. But yay, we've got a PC and we've got a Mac. Ho! Awesome. Yeah, I'm not going to be too picky, so I'll get a bit of scrap metal. Cricket wickets. Yeah, it's see, it's the microwave. If I didn't pick up the microwave, I wouldn't have gotten that Mac and PC. So we need another microwave, I think. Unless we just go on a roll of PCs. That would be awesome. Too many boxes to not at least have a little look. Not much. Just had to look. Scrap metal. I'll take it. Doesn't weigh much. I'll probably regret it. You'll get in the way later. Don't want them. That'll do. Just in case I need to make a phone call. Toaster. All right. Well, looks like there was a lot of PCs stuff. Someone's certainly got to it. Hey, oh, PC's been scrapped out. There's still a power supply. I might as well get it. Get the power supply out and use it as a cavity. Oh, a copper stacker. You win some, you lose some, you know? Star Trek VHSs. Laptop bags, empty. Nothing. Nothing there. Oh well. What do we got? A couple of DVDs. Outlet. Cord cutters are cut. Well, we got one PC and one Mac. So that's not bad. Nothing here. Oh, geez, there's just absolutely nothing out here. I think I found a, yeah, got a PC. I'm really surprised. There you go. Oh well. There's only a Core 2 Duo. Yay, PC! Don't believe it. You wouldn't believe how little scrap is out here. I think the early bird scrappers must have went really hard, but yeah, there are still scrappers around, and they're getting a little bit, but no one's overloaded. So I can't even believe I just got that PC. But the best thing I've got is the Mac. And compared to last week, there were so many DVDs. I think someone's watched my video and said, I'm going to pick up DVDs this week, because the two areas are exactly, you know, like they're right next to each other. And it's very surprising that one area had so many of those recordable DVDs, and now this one doesn't have any. So I dare say someone's decided to pick them up, probably to get the hard drives out or something. But I tell you, there is absolutely nothing. All the piles have been gutted, and yeah, I might have to call it an early day, and I'd rather go back and scrap stuff out, because I've got so much to do, and might go back and check out the Mac that I got, and yeah, we'll see. I'll give it another 15 minutes. If not, I'll head home. Just as I say, there's not many scrappers. I turn into the next street and there's 3 of them. So it's just a really weird day. Certainly didn't expect such little in the way of electronics. Someone must have really been going around pretty hard today. Well, how's that for a street scrap? It was I had to just leave because there was just nothing put out there, and pretty much most of what I did see out there was all from the day before. And by the time I get there the next day in the afternoon, you know, it's been, the whole guts of it has been picked out. Even every PC that I did get, wasn't many, but they were all open, and, you know, people picked through it, got the RAM or something like that. So, well, you know, it was just a completely different day than how it was the week before in the area right next door to it. And yeah, just really surprised that, yeah, I think some people probably missed out last week on going out street scrapping, and this week everyone got there and just picked the guts out of it. And it was just too cold and miserable for households to put out stuff, so they probably would have put it out late in the evening, or probably early, you know, tomorrow morning kind of thing. So anyway, I'm back now, and this was the best thing I ended up getting, the Macintosh 2 VX. Yeah, you know, interesting, but again, it was already open, and because it, you know, it had been raining, you know, in the morning and probably a little bit at night, it was all pretty wet. It's dried up now, but yeah, the problem with anything that's steel is, you know, will start to rust out, and it's not really, yeah, it's not really worth trying to do anything with. But I had a look, and I've already got this model in a much better condition. The floppy's gone too, and rusting, and so, well, since I'm back and it's the street scrap has been cut short, I might as well see if I can remember how to scrap one of these old Macs out. Probably the last time I ever scrapped one out was when it was probably in worse condition than this one. You don't get Macs very often anymore, you know, of this age. This is not like vintage Mac, it's more retro age. I think it had the date, let's see, so it was manufactured in 1993, you know, 30 years old. So yeah, so the floppy's gone, and see if I can remember how to get into this thing. But oh well, you know, the fact that I came back early and didn't get as much stuff, it's kind of a blessing in disguise, actually, because I've got so much stuff that I need to process anyway. So I would have just been adding more to the madness. So yeah, it's probably a good thing. At least, you know, all this week I'll be scrapping stuff out and getting on top of a lot of things. And so I figured it's just an old, might be worth keeping this floppy, the CD drive, because it looks in pretty good condition. I'll probably keep this cable as well, so I'll do that later, because sometimes, you know, people are missing, you know, don't want to keep it original but missing the floppy. There's an old power supply. So yeah, I'll keep some parts of this, even this cable, you know, it just in case, because I saw one of these models in my collection, but I might have another one that looked quite good, but it might have some parts missing. So, you know, preferably I prefer not to, you know, scrap anything, you know, of these vintage or retro Macs. But you know, what I'll probably do as well is I'll probably keep the motherboard, because I'll keep the RAMs. They might turn out to all right. So it's quite a decent motherboard. I just can't remember. I think, there we go, Scrapper Chooks in the house. I can't remember where the CPUs were. It might have been a mounted, you know, like a card, and maybe that's been taken out, or it could be an onboard, but I just can't see it. But it's got different, you know, it's got RAM sticks, nice vintage ones. These would probably be worth trying to resell, even the whole motherboard. It's just that worried about there's dirt on here, and you know, rained out, so certain things that have got, you know, ferrous metal will rust out eventually. So that's the only thing. A lot of it isn't ferrous. So, but yeah, I can't remember where the CPU was on these, whether it is a card or whether it's one of these chips, but it just doesn't look like. That might be it there. It says 1992 Apple, but you know, it's got a couple of nice Motorola chips, would be good for gold recovery, but yeah, I'll just keep it. I just don't want to keep the whole box because, yeah, like I said, I've already got them, and these days when people, the collectors that I know, they want really good stuff. The more vintage Mac stuff rather than this, but yeah, so I don't really want the cover, but I might take off this front panel just in case I've got another Mac that's got a cracked cover or something. Strange, they've got Torx, so I'll take that off as well. But that was the most exciting thing. At least I've got a motherboard that I can use, that probably use that RAM and upgrade one of mine. Oh, here's another thing from the last street scrap. You remember this safe that I picked up? Well, it was funny. It's got Chinese writing. It's APU. And it's got Chinese logos and stuff on it, so I'd imagine it would be a, you know, obviously it's a Chinese brand, but I just got this old chisel with this, you know, quite narrow tip on it, and because I couldn't open it, so I just put it into the lock and I just belted it down. I smashed it down. It didn't really take much. It's actually a really nice solid construction, but it just didn't take a great deal to get it open. And let's see if we can get around here. So yeah, just basically just kept belting it, and these pins here, they just kind of, yeah, the whole mechanism sort of kind of bent through, and that was it. It didn't take much at all. But unfortunately, there's nothing in it, so it's just a glorified steel box. But yeah, geez. So all it took was just belting it with this thing about 20 times. It really didn't take as much effort that I thought. I thought I was going to have to, I thought I'd going to have to try and pry it, but you kind of can't get in. It's quite thick. And then the pins just sit under this thick lip, and that was it. So, you know, it might have been all right as a document thing, just to keep things reasonably safe, you know, out of prying hands, but geez, you wouldn't want to use one of these for valuables. I mean, I don't recommend having safes at all unless you had a really commercial grade serious safe, if you had stuff valuable enough to and you'd certainly want to probably do more than just bolt it down. You probably want to yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I think safes are, you know, these kind of safes would be good for a decoy. Like if you had a proper safe with valuables somewhere out of sight that there's no way someone's going to find it, fine, and have this as a decoy if someone was looking for a safe, and let them spend time trying to get into it. Or taking it away and finding that there's nothing in there, but or, you know, or very little in there, and let them waste their time on that. But geez, yeah, I'm glad I don't have valuables where I need a safe, because I'd be more worried about them sitting in a safe than, I don't know, burying them in the garden or burying stuff, you know, under a tree or something, you know. Anyway. So I've still got so much stuff to do. I've been slowly doing microwave ovens as I need them. as you can see here, I just use it to fill up my with junk, little bits of steel and plugs and all kinds of things. So that's the main reason why I wanted microwaves. But yeah, 3, 6, 8, 12, 14, 15. Still got 19 here, and there's still one in the van. The only one that I got. It was even surprising that I didn't even find. I saw about 3 or 4 microwaves that were popped for the transformer, but geez, just nothing. And probably because there was quite little and a lot of scrappers. So it's just that area where there's nothing else on, so everyone goes there. And so yeah, everyone was just getting a bit of a feed, and yeah. So, and I didn't even notice the big scrap metal guys. So yeah, so who knows? But I've got stacks of PCs and boxes of cable and stuff that I got to process, and yeah, so I'm just going to catch up for the rest of the week. Don't know if I'm going to have anything interesting enough to put on video before the next street scrap day. A lot of boards here again. I just, almost cleaned this out, but I got another delivery of boards and a lot of my own that need to be gone through and partially depopulate, and yeah, and then get rid of boards themselves, probably in a week's time. So, oh well, sorry about the lack of street scrapping for the day. I tried my best, drove around for about an hour and a half, and was only every, so often I'd find something worth. I even thought, I'm gonna grab as much scrap steel as I can. I couldn't even find scrap steel in decent quantities to make it worthwhile, and I'm certainly not going to take push bikes. Speaking of push bikes, there's a mongoose there. But it's an aluminium frame, so it goes into irony alley. They're about the only push bikes that are worth picking up. I don't really pay attention much. I should go around with a magnet and check. If they're irony alley, they're kind of worth it, but they still do take up a lot of room. Yeah, there's quite a lot of guys that already do that anyway, so don't want to step on everyone's toes, let everyone get their little bit, and yeah, it's all good. But I've got about 100 phones, maybe 200 phones that you can't see in the middle, down the bottom, and yeah, I've really got to process, so that's what I'm going to do. Still got heaps of these Ciscos that they're only mid-grade boards, that's why they don't really excite me much, but I do have to process them. So yeah, all right guys, and yeah, I think I got a couple of pickups through the week too, so that's going to bring in more stuff from a couple of businesses. Geez, it's just never ending. But it's good, it's good fun. And so yeah, I think I'm going to start with a different tactic next weekend for street scrapping. I won't mention it yet because any guys watching, they're going to say, oh well, I'll beat him to it, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm going to try a new tactic next weekend, so yeah, you'll find out about it then, see if it works, and just go out. I just, it's really not, when I'm street scrapping, I'm not trying to really make much money out there. It's just have a bit of fun, sure, I want to, cover my fuel and, lunch and stuff like that, that's the main thing. If I cover my fuel and to go there, got to pay toll through the freeway. So, if I cover that costs, it's just about having fun. When I'm having fun, it's priceless, so that's what it's all about. Anyway, guys, sorry about the short street scrap, but next week, it's either going to be a marathon street scrap or split it in two. Check it out then and you'll see what's going down. Keep scrapping, have fun, and I'll catch you really soon.